Oh, snap.
All right, so I was looking for that spaghetti texture last week and wasn't getting it. So what I wanted was like a little drip, not the big fast action. So Oliver is going to use the torch. Yeah. All right, stop. So why wasn't it dripping? Maybe it needs to be hotter to do the dripping I want? Not sure. You know what I mean? I was looking for spaghetti. So what I think we should do
That looks just like spaghetti.
I think we should do the bowl next and see if we can't get spaghetti.
Let's do the bowl.
Let's put some spaghetti in the bowl, folks. Welcome to the Gathering Point Show. Michelle's going back to the recycle tank to pull out some transparent blue glass. Oliver's wearing his mittens.
Gloved up.
He was pretty cold in the shop today.
And just
it's
Oliver
about 100 degrees in here.
Please, sir, may I have another?
Let me get some
See,
of that
I don't know
spaghetti.
if I need to be farther away. You
Probably.
know what I mean?
Yep, there you
That's
go.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's
It's
better.
the mold.
It is. and
Nice
it's the
work,
holder.
Oliver.
All right, how about another little more spaghetti?
Let's do it.
You want more, dude? You want a second helping?
Please, sir.
Oh, we got some sizzlage in the mold. I see a little smoke going down. Looked like my lawnmower this morning.
Your lawnmower was smoking this morning?
It was putting out clouds, and I don't know what the deal was, but my lawn is completely mowed, so I'm doing okay.
How did I walk away and we were talking about spaghetti, and now we're talking about...
Grass? Oh, yeah, look at this.
Now we're talking about...
Quit spilling that hot tomato sauce all over Oliver's knee.
It burns.
Well, that's the idea I wanted. So the trick, I guess, is to be a little higher.
It looks cool down here.
Yeah.
And then, Oliver, you want to flip it on the table?
Yeah.
Flip that pancake.
Yeah.
Don't anybody get your eyes stuck in that. That's a hazard right there.
Ta-da!
Bam! Look at that. Now, that, folks,
The spaghetti?
is a masterpiece.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been years of skill, years of talent.
Yep, welcome to the show. We do all kinds of stuff. We make some of the most technical work one ever has done seen, and we make spaghetti.
Pretty technical.
Incredible. We got Bess over here. What up? That's Oliver. You already met him with his gloves. You got
Howdy,
Michelle
everybody.
over here. Ellery all the way in the back. Amy's over here, but actually she's not sitting there anymore. And my name is Jacob.
She's not there anymore. All right.
It's
I'll
the
take
Gathering
over.
Point team. Chris is here, but we've got a lot going on, both in the floor over here, the plumbing of the studio, some furnace work that we're going to be talking about later on, and he's got a lot on his plate. So he's going to be handling business, and if things get really rowdy and we need an extra hand during the show, we're going to holler at him.
Well, that's why we have spaghetti. He's got a
That's
lot on his
exactly
plate.
why we have spaghetti. This is a really cool shot right here, Mom. Look at how the center of the hot plate is heated up these bright green marinis, and these ones are still heating up. They're a little bit cold, probably only like 800 degrees. These are getting into the 1,000-degree region, and the colors are starting to change.
So you're telling me those are the same?
Those are exactly the same.
For the long-time watchers, only answer if you watched all 271 live shows. What do you think we're going to do with those marini on the hot plate?
That's exactly what I was going to ask, and I was going to say you got to let us know in a 5-word sentence.
We are at the warmer upper. Every show we do
You
warmer
are going
upper.
to make blank.
This is the warmer upper. After they clean up my mess, we're going to this. Got some sparkle glass next to it. This is room temperature, easy to touch. And these little dainty flowers, which the guy who was here earlier, Mark, made those.
We've already got a couple people logging in. We've got on the YouTube side, we've got Sue saying hello. Pam says, I'm so glad to be here live from Fall River, Massachusetts. Hello, Pam.
Nice.
Over on Facebook, we've got Carrie saying hello, GA family and friends. Carol says, hi, everybody watching from Sarnia.
Carol and Carrie.
John says it's a new way to make a nest bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Sharon says hello to everyone.
I will say, John, that we were making Nest Bowl he's referring to as one of our patented products that's been around for a long time. And You can see them on the website under the nest bowl section, and they're not easy to make. They look sloppy, and they look just like that, but it's a very organized sloppiness.
But better.
It's kind of like what birds do.
What do birds do?
Take forever
They
to make a nest.
nest bowls in a very sloppy, organized manner. But this is the first piece of the show. This is the warmer-upper. This is a members-only product for our Loyalty League members. We're going to get warmed up here. We're going to make something one of a kind. And I will say it has to do with, if you didn't already guess it, the Creature Show. But the first letter is S.
It's a lot of
Oh, I
S's
got
it
it.
could be. I can already think of 3 S's.
Snuffleupagus?
Squid.
Could be a squid, could be Snuffleupagus,
Skunk.
could be from Sarnia, where Carol Jutras is in Canada.
We've got
Sarnia is
Jessica.
not a...
We've got Jessica watching from Switzerland. That's
Ooh.
another.
Oh, there's a big old S word.
Searching for other S names in my head.
Got this shaped up. It's still molten. It's still moving. This might be a good opportunity for an up closer over here. I'm going to go straight for the Marinis.
The subtle hint.
Speaking of creatures, Pam says, how is Etta? Etta is doing great. She's already doubled in length, but not in size.
Doubled in length, ladies and gentlemen.
So I thought you were going to attach these at the end, but you're doing them for the roll-up.
Fruit roll up.
It's not a fruit roll-up.
Get that last one, dude.
I can't, but look at how cool that looks.
And now you're going to turn this into a seagull.
Cyborg with a C.
Cyborg. Sounds like an S.
We've got a guess for a sardine.
Ooh, I like sardines.
Seahorse.
I like anchovies better.
Seahorse. Those are a glass thing.
Serendipity.
That's an animal.
Anywho, I do realize that I did pluck and trim these, or not pluck and trim them, but I pulled them out and put a point on them when we were doing them previously with a different material. So this is a little bit different than how we normally do it. I'm going to take my sweet time. We're going to get this in the box and make it look tasty.
Maybe the show should be S words. Your sweet time.
Could
And we
be any
keep
of it.
going with the S theme.
Sarcasm.
Oh.
I'll give it away, folks. It's going to be a snail. And if you've ever seen them before, this was the hottest creature on the Creature Show so far that's been purchased by the people.
Should we talk about what the Creature Show is?
Yep.
Gosh, doesn't it look like an octopus tentacle?
That's already what I was thinking of. I thought you were making a perpola reed.
Purple, and it's got suction cups all over it.
All right, the Creature Show is
Pretty
just a
octopi-like.
fun show we're having here at the Glass
You want me to hold
Academy, recognizing all the creatures that we make.
Yeah, thanks.
So
Oh,
a little
no.
teamwork here. Now you're making it on the side, and I thought you were going to put it on the top. So very interesting.
Yes, quite. We found that the snails do get viewed from the side more frequently than the top. That's the profile of the whole body.
So
That was my original thought when we did all those super sparkle
Yeah, that makes sense.
blingers on the table.
you just shaped up the shell.
It's
Huh.
true. The shell shaper.
I don't know. We might have to do more of these.
This is looking really cool. And we're doing it really fast, folks, but we've been doing these snails now for about 3 years, and just like the gnomes, just like about every single other product that we have here at the Glass Academy, there's a huge learning curve to these guys, and now adding a foreign 3D material onto the outside too has completely altered the way that we make these and the timing of the process. Got to move slower, you got to be more intentional.
I'm curious how many glass blowers are watching. We're thinking about doing some tutorial videos. And if you are a glass blower, give a shout out what you'd like to see a tutorial about. Because the cool thing is we can do up close and very specific.
Look at how some of it gets spread out in chunks. They're like barnacles on this thing. It's like something growing. And there's a smooth spot there, over there. There's a little bit over there too.
Yeah, just as you said that, John said in the comments, snail with barnacles.
Snail with barnacles.
More like sarnacles. We're
Whoa,
keeping it with S's.
–
everybody.
What did he
The
say?
sarnacles.
Ha! We're keeping with the S theme. All right, this is the punty.
These have been known to be hoppers, kind of like the Gnome, so I really squished that on there. This is also bigger. I think this might be the biggest snail of anything we have on our virtual gallery tonight and anything we have in the gallery, so this is a special treat for the members. Thank you, sir.
So a little clarity, we have 2 levels of membership
Granny.
with our page, with our Glass Academy site. These are people who watch the show supported by a membership, which gives them extra perks, but gives us
You hear that?
a little feedback and something to aim for as we do special member products.
It's a little.
Well, your mic's off now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I can hear it blowing when you're like right there, but when you go back, you're fine.
So, okay. Well, we got tech support over here, an absolute champion bass, but I could also ask the people, too, if that fan turning on, it's the summertime, and it's about 100 degrees in here, if not more, and I put it on the lowest setting possible, but do you guys hear this in your microphones? Is this affecting your...
I wouldn't say it's affecting. I can hear it, but to me, it's not affecting. But
we want the crispest, clearest audio, and if a couple beads of sweat, gives that to the people, we're willing to sweat for you guys. So be honest. So we got this beautiful lavender purple on the outside. We are, Mom, you'll be excited to hear this, starting to rename our colors.
Yay!
The first one we did was the R151 soft rose will now be strawberry milk.
Yeah!
And we're going to relabel them all.
Relatable, you guys. Come on. You come and do a class, you're like,
So-
I want the strawberry milk.
That being said, this beautiful lavender color, one of our favorites, something I love using. It looks great with recycle underneath it.
Do we need a name?
Needs to be renamed. It's not lavender is what the distributor calls it. There you go, glass blowers. And what do you guys think we should call this one? It was our signature pumpkin 2 years ago.
I'm kind of liking this flame in the video. Jake's on fire!
Whoa!
everyone says the fan is not affecting their viewing.
Thank you for that feedback to the people. Thank you, Bess, for relaying that information. That's incredible.
To the people.
We're going to turn the fan off anyways.
So this is, believe it or not, the hardest move of the snail. Swirling it up is really difficult, but laying on this slime, Oliver knows how to present it very well. I need to be very focused on what I do and do it in the exact moment and get it squished as flat as possible. And the trick is, even though my brain, I'm going to take a heat, just a little taper.
What about your brain?
Even though my brain thinks I'm pushing it completely level to the ground, there's so many times, and I bet a lot of you out there that already have snails at home, your snail might be leaning one way by 5 degrees, one way or the other.
Sometimes it happens like that.
We got a lot of leaners out in the universe, and we've created a lot of leaners.
I
and
tend to be a leaner sometimes.
we've all been there before, too. But it definitely has to do with not being a robot. And I try and roboticize it like this every single time, and let's do it. It just doesn't happen. Look at this perfect slime trail.
You stay focused on what you're doing.
Yeah, Oliver.
Not me.
Sorry, dude. Come on, that's straight. It's got to be.
Slime Trail 101.
That's looking pretty flat. Here's the test. It's flat. Now we're going for the 2 eyeballs. 1, 2. Thank goodness the tweezers weren't waxy. I was working on the other bench all day today. Oliver and I were. We were making chalices for the Renaissance Festival. And we had over here a guest appearance. We had Mark Vandenberg in the shop. He's a champion glassblower. He was making our new run of teardrop ornaments for this holiday season. So him and Matt were getting crazy on this bench, so I wasn't accustomed to the tweezer situation over here. How about a little stamper, Oliver?
I like how the heat rounds out those tendrils.
Yeah, we're going to give it one final blast, and they're going to be perfectly round eyeballs. It's almost like you want to touch them and see them suck back into the head of the snail.
Feeling good tonight. Doesn't feel like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Feeling strong that the camera's going to stick with us.
The breeze from the back door is nice.
Yeah, you can move that wall if you want it more on you.
Give it the side angle. Let them let the audience let them feel like they're being watched.
Take a look at that. Yeah, that's a lot of eyes.
It's looking back at you.
It's looking right back at you. This guy's got a high shoulder. He's really got some serious slime tucked up in that shell.
All right, since the table goes live at 6:30 and we do have a lot of items on it, I'm going to head over there.
We'll knock it off and polish it. You do your thing.
Yes. All right, Bess, I will talk loud.
Perfect.
Here's what we got on tonight's show, because it's our creature page, and we're having a special event in the studio for the weekend. We got lots of creatures out. I will show you all the sparkle on their back. Each one is unique, handmade. Little tricky to show your eyes because the camera wants to focus on their eyes. Like it's not sure where to focus. So there are pictures of each and every one of these on the website. So when the website goes live, you can get an up-close personal picture. Got the slug mug. We got another slug mug. All right, rolling right along. We got bunnies, honey bunny. Look at how cute they are on the teacup. Is that adorable? He's got like this sparkly, adventurine look to him. Looks so good that even the decor that we have here is a way to think about how to display them in your home. Like, look, it's a little bunny patch. So they're all different, one of a kind. Those noses are added. And then we got the ears, the big ears. Last grouping on this table are the snakes. These look so good in plants around your house. Like if you have house plants and sometimes the base is just one thick stalk, you can put a little snake down there and it looks super cool. So a couple display ideas, climbing up the basket. We got them on the table. And then we're going to go to gnomes next. Look at this guy hiding in the grass. So good. Okay, the gnomes are hanging. They each have a name. So if anything, go to the website and check out the names because they're just adorable. We did some silver leaf on the hats. They got their big noses. Look at that beard. Just amazing attention to detail. These are all handmade. If you're new to the show, this is what we do. This is how we make our living. This is what we make and sell here in Dearborn, Michigan. The home of Henry Ford. Henry Ford was born and raised here. This is where the Henry Ford Museum is. Bunny gnome. These are super cool too. You can put these outside. They are solid glass. Each one is handmade. Will be fine in wind or snow. The bubble tree is not for sale tonight, but will be featured in an upcoming show. And we got some more snails. So this is what Jake just made. Give you an idea of what it looks like, why he put the color on the side. And that one is 9B. Another bubble tree. They just jump out at you. It's so cool. All right, we are back to the ram section. Earlier in the year, we did a sheep show. We didn't have many rams in the sheep show because those, they're not hoofs. What are they? Horns were really tricky to make. So they've been perfected. Black ram, got the feet on it, raised color, the black. Super cool. Some of them are sitting down. They have little pads on their feet and they sit flat. Some have legs. Those are all glass legs added. And it looks like the guys are ready. So let's head back over to the hot shop and see what's up.
I wanted to mention too, since we're on the topic of tables tonight, we do have some special items that are going to go live throughout the night through Carter. So you're going to see a box pop up on the screen. We did this once before. We're going to do it again tonight. Just some special drinkware that's been picked out specifically for the show tonight. A box will pop up on the screen. It'll tell you the item's number, and it'll show a little picture of the item. You're going to comment whatever it tells you to comment in your comment section, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. And then it will go from there, and it will start to message you and send you an invoice for that item. So these are going to be items that are only available through the show right now, just as a little special treat.
That is so cool. So clarity, those are one and dones that are going to pop up on the screen. Here's what those look like. And this is a new software that we're testing. So the sheep and the rams and the snails, those are going to stay up on the website for a week. But what Bess is saying that these items here will only show up in that page. So pretty cool. Back to the action. What do you guys think this is going to be? 5 words or more?
5 words or more. Spit it out, folks. I know we just gave you a long tour of the table. I hope you guys are enjoying those products that we made specifically for Thou.
That goes live in 8 minutes.
And I'm just going to sketch
Look
away.
at that shading.
That's shading
Impressive.
right there. Jake and I had a conversation about this piece before the show, and we liked the idea, and we were like, yeah, we're going to do that. And then we realized that we both had 2 completely different mental images in our head.
Yep.
That happens.
So we had a little powwow, and we got it figured out.
This is kind of what I'm thinking, and it's the first time we've ever done it, so we're going to have to figure it out. And
where is the top?
Oliver brought up a great point, which is that we're going to have to take a look at the eye region right in here.
So wait, which is the top?
So this down here is like that very stylized Japanese art style of like clouds. This is a tunnel, Looney Tunes style, so someone can run through it the first time and be fine. The second person's hitting a painting. This is all road.
And then here comes Luigi.
And then Luigi.
I am a Luigi.
I have no idea where this is going, so I will commentate to the best of my abilities.
We might have to put a little
First-
rabbit hole up in here or something,
First,
too.
we draw it out on the floor so everyone understands. If you guys understand, let me know.
Let's see what happens, folks. Will you light up that torch, Oliver?
Yeah.
All right. Yep, we're getting creative on the show.
With the utmost clarity, we're going to make this piece.
Now, since he was drawing it this way, my guess is it's some sort of mushroom top, and no clue.
It's not going to be small either, folks, but I will tell you that this piece will be for sale to the general public. Anybody watching the show now or later, if it isn't already sold. We know a lot of you watch after the fact, which is amazing. I've got some recycled glass, which is going to be covered up with a really strong, opaque, forest, metallic brown. Did we get any new names for lavender in the chat?
Not a single thing.
Wow.
All right, let's go back and revisit this.
I see how it is, folks.
Words for lavender. Like, think of a lavender plant. No, that's too deep. What could be that soft lavender? Grandma's bathroom?
Grandma's bathroom. That's a nice one. Could you pull out some Grandma's bathroom? Size 1, please.
I feel like that implies that your grandma's a size 1.
What now?
And I don't know
what are we
what that
talking about?
means.
A lot of people thought it was just a straight up gnome you were drawing at first, and then you took a hard right.
All of a sudden, now I'm doing this one totally different than usual, so my brain's working at the same time. My hands
Your
are working.
brain is working?
And my mouth is working. Yeah.
No, not you.
Oh, you're getting absolutely crazy with it.
Will you blow it?
Yep.
Beautiful. It's a little puffer fish.
That could be the puffer fish technique right there.
Totally. Put the tureen all over it. We got adventurine all over the body, so it's a nice, beautiful brown, but it's also like a deep forest, you know, found the adventurine plant, which is a super sparkly, glittery color. Blow. Good.
Why are you beating it up?
I'm trying to make it like it came from the deep, dark forest.
So what happened? Chris wasn't on the show and he like rubbed off his mojo on you?
Yeah, he said, you know, stick up for me on the show. And here we are.
Wait, do you got your flip-flops here?
No. So he's going to be sitting on the ground like so, or they.
Okay.
And we're going to start by putting a belt on it.
I can't help you
Yeah.
because I don't know what you're doing.
You wanna?
Do forest gnomes have belts?
I feel like they had belts.
Maybe like opal brown.
Okay. Un memento.
So it's like a leather strap.
There we go. We call that color leather.
Yeah, we could call that leather brown. I'll take it away from the heat, but you guys might get a good glimpse in the light of that metallic adventurine.
It just looks like mud.
Well, that's good because it's a forest
that's
gnome.
the wrong size. That's 00.
That's fine. That'll work.
You sure?
Yep. let's
Mud
give it a
could
couple
always be a
coats.
color too.
And so we're going to put a belt on first. We're doing it upside down. We're going to get a really gnarly belt just to make sure he's all tucked in and correct. And then we're going to put the beard on. And the beard is going to be a similar tobacco brown color, so he's really earthy. We're going to put a schnoz on him. Then we'll flip it around, and then where things are going to get crazy. And I'm planning on taking this top half and trying to stretch it out, kind of like the bubble tree that we created a couple shows ago on the Artistic Liberation show, and giving it more of like a, off his head, a little bit of a stalk, like a, you know, mushroom stalk.
I made a vase many years ago called the potato vase. I was just
Kinda
having a
looks like it.
flashback. That could be another brown color, potato brown.
Potato brown. Totally.
You know what I mean? Fencing, fence behind you is brown.
Fence brown.
I mean, we're renaming the
White
colors.
could be picket fence. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Could be
Picket
some
fence,
picket
white.
fence.
What is a picket?
Brown
I don't
or
know.
black?
But, anywho, let us know where you guys are watching from. We really want to know. We want to see you in the comments and recognize the amazing people that be watching our show.
And if you're new here, we do this every Tuesday. It's an educational show unless Jake and I are having a banter back and forth.
All right, now we're going for a tobacco beard.
You got it.
Are you saying that our banter isn't educational?
It's educational.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not how I would categorize it myself.
I guess it all depends on your definition of education.
I've got two things to mention. First, the lavender snail is available on the page.
My bad.
So go ahead and snag it if it's still available. And then the tables are live, so I'm going to go ahead and post the link to that in the comments.
So did you, Mom, go over the evolution of the creature table?
Well, I talked about the items, and I talked about how we get better every time and how the rams develop their horns.
Regarding memberships or no?
No.
Would you like me to? Or would you like
can.
to?
I'm staying focused on what you're making.
Okay.
I think
Me
timing.
too. Excuse me.
My
oh,
mic.
man.
I want to film this, but I'm not quite sure what they're doing. So
We're going for the beard right now.
going for the beard. This is a fun one.
2-part process.
So now I know what they're
Beautiful
doing.
size, Oliver.
Thank you. I made that just for you.
Let's go.
The flame is because there's wax on those. That tool, which is totally fine. You want it to slide along the glass a little.
This is a wrist bender.
It is a wrist bender. 5 years from now, he'll be like, my wrist, my wrist. But 5 years from now, we'll be making some
My
other cool
wrist.
products.
Cool.
So this is
the
the
first
double
level.
bearded gnome something or other.
3 dimensions, you know, for the first 3 years of making these gnomes, we only did 1 level. And now we do 2 levels. And so in order to make it 3 dimensions, we only do 2 levels.
And I've been working some stuff in the 5th dimension.
Really?
Yep.
Is
which
that the
really
virtual
cool.
world?
That's like the spiritual
Hey,
earth
Jake.
plane.
Yes.
While you're making that beard beautiful, do you want this on a regular pony or a counterweight since we have a lot of extra stuff going on?
I think the latter is an incredible forethought.
Could
Yeah.
you tell me what the latter means? 'Cause I always mix it up in my head.
So
The
do
latter would be the second of the 2.
Okay.
Or if you're a fireman, it might be something you have on your truck,
That's right.
spelled slightly different.
And if who does? What up,
Hello,
Trevor? Please. Oh yeah. Granny hair.
That's funny.
What up?
What up, Florida?
And I got an amazing
You want
email today.
From who?
This?
Yeah.
Nah. From one of our incredible members who's getting a custom order coming up. I'm going to expose her because I know she doesn't mind. Sue Schmidt, absolute champion of the Glass Academy. And the reason that we love our Facebook group, the Glass Academy Addicts, that's run by you guys, it's run by the people, and it's super cool to see unboxing videos and whatnot, and see how people are reacting to the product and talking about glass in real time. You could join that group as well on Facebook. Thank you. Let's do a pink schnoz on there.
Okay.
She sent me a personal email about an unveiling of a product, and when we do custom orders, or even when people just buy any product off the table like this and they send it as a gift or they get it for themselves, it's so cool and so heartfelt seeing the reactions of people. When we do a custom order, we send it off into the ether and we never hear back. You know, it's easy for our minds to wander. Even any products, when we get a review, a Google review, a product review, anywhere that has reviews, or you send over an email to the admin, the office online, or to my email, or to anybody, and just let us know how the product was received. It makes us feel really good. It's such a cool thing to know that our pieces are going to a good family. They're being loved. That's what we do it for. It's why we do these shows. And Sue, I just wanted to say another personal thank you very much. I'm going to focus for a second. Because it's just so nice to read those. So there's his stalk. Oh, again, my bad. The blind left turn, never a good idea. Unless everyone's got quick reflexes.
But you heard my horn when I said, ooh.
Oh.
Beep, beep. Yeah, Chris made an appearance. He's been running all day, showed up, kind of frantic. Was just like, if you guys got this covered, I got something I got to do. Then he ran off to make espresso, which is never a good idea, at 6:30 at night.
6:35.
And he better not show up with it for us, or it's going to be mayhem.
That's kind of
do we
the
want
life.
to take a bet on if some espresso comes out for us?
I already talked to him about it, and I drank something else instead of espresso because I knew he wasn't making it. But we work long days. Tuesdays are really, we take Mondays off here at the Glass Academy. It's a day where we've got the majority of the shop empty. It's kind of a recoup day because we teach Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is this the one?
This is going to be the one, but I need a little bit of time
Let
to
me
get
take
a soupy
a flash
for you.
then. But Tuesdays are when we're basically starting our week. This is a Monday. And half the hot shop crew and a lot of the gallery staff come in early in the morning, and then half of us, depending on the day, start around 11 and go till about 8. And so sometimes when you're living this lifestyle of fun glass blowing and long, hot summer days, you just got to drop on the schnoz real hot.
That's how you like it.
Yeah, that's just what you got to do. We're going for a big old forest schnoz.
But this is like the day where we're like getting back in gear, shaking off the weekend.
Getting back into the mode of production mode, and it kind of seems so that we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are very product heavy, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are a little more class heavy and a little more shop maintenance and cleanliness.
We got so much shop maintenance this summer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's question to win cool glass. Let me show you. Last week,
That looks
Oliver
so
made
good.
something, and you could win it if you answered last week's contest. We've already pulled the winner.
Can you?
You could win something this week. And what could you win? Well, we haven't made it yet, so I do not have the answers to that. But what I can tell you is, if you enter the contest, you have a chance to win. Pick someone different every week. Can't have one in the last 6 months, but I'll tell you, if you go on the Glass Academy Addicts page or you ask in the chat, lots of people will tell you they have won. We've been doing this for going on our 4th year now. And the question du jour is, how has our creativity helped you with creativity in your life?
71 products, right? Plus, I mean, some of our big shows we gave away like 4 or 5.
And creativity could be the way you dress. Maybe you're like Jake, wearing these black shoes now. Ta-da! Or maybe you're like Oliver and you tie your hair up different.
GA stamp
How
on the
has
back.
our creativity inspired you to do something more creative in your life? And I believe Bess has the link, or she'll put the link on there. enews@glassacademy.com. Send your info over.
Please include your name in that email for Donna's sake.
Maybe a hair
Yes,
bigger.
we're not just reading.
I dropped half
We
of
had
it
one
off.
today. Perfect face RN or something like that. It was just like when
Oliver,
you enter
wait.
the emails, you're always like,
Wait a
who's
minute.
this?
Should we do this solid or should we do a bubble? Now that you have the perfect gather, let's think about this.
I know.
Buddy, you're killing me, man.
I think we should go with a bubble.
Okay, I'll just drop off all this perfectly sized.
We just wanted to make sure Oliver's arm hairs were sizzled off of there. Look at him, he's sweating. I see him, he's glistening over there. Sorry, dude. So you see what we did here, and I don't know if Michelle went over the bubble trees over there, but if you watched 2 shows ago, we made an incredible, I'd probably use a green pipe.
You want it like...
I'm talking like first size of the trees.
Okay. Okay.
We're not messing around anymore, folks. We're talking about having a plume, a bubble plume on top, and I was gonna ask Oliver when he goes to squish it on these large chunks of size 1 or size 3 white, that he would squish it so that the top stayed a little bit thicker and the edge got a little bit thinner here. And then I was like, that doesn't really make sense. We're gonna lose a lot of our heat. It's gonna be really hard to do that symmetrical. So then I was like,
Yes? What were you like?
I was like,
Your head got loose and wiggled?
I was like, why wouldn't we just drop a beautiful, plume of mushroom smoke bubble right over the top like we make our mushrooms in the gallery?
Like an atomic bomb,
Yes.
kind
Like
of
an atomic bomb plume, and just make it look perfect. And
Can
so
you grab some size 3
that's what we
white
did.
down there in the
That's what we're
bottom
gonna do.
right-hand corner?
Oh, Bess is learning the colors.
And this is something that Oliver's really got down now. You guys saw him make a shot glass last show, but dropping a foot like this, and when we did the bubble
If you
show a
just
little
open
bit
it inside
ago,
here for me, please. Thank you.
you want him on the Marver?
Yeah, I just think I need more than what I have out now.
I agree.
You know what Dale Chihuly calls these?
Dale,
Dale, you know what he calls
Coming
them?
across.
what does he call them?
Jimmies.
Jimmy's?
Yeah, see how he branded his own thing?
That's beautiful, Oliver.
Put the Jimmies on the table.
Jimmy's are what we call sprinkles in Philadelphia, like
Well-
for your ice cream.
Oh, so that's probably why then.
I prefer to call them giblets.
Yeah,
Like our
I'm not
slug
thinking
giblets.
Turkey giblets.
Is
Yeah,
that what giblet comes from?
In Philly, the rainbow sprinkles are sprinkles. The chocolate ones are Jimmy's.
Jimmy's.
That's where he got them from then.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, let me get a mushroom cap. So I'm just babysitting. If you guys are new to the show, if you've never seen glass blowing before at all, we start with 2,000 degree glass and it cools down really fast. Oliver's attempting to keep it at 2,000 degrees. Let me get that out of your way. So that he can shape it and bring that bubble hot. But once it stiffens up like what I have on the end of my pipe, I'm about 1,400 degrees, and you drop below 1,000, it'll crack and it'll fall off of the pipe. If you put it away to cool down overnight and it's a little bit too cold, it'll crack. You wake up in the morning with a broken piece. It's all about temperature control, so that's what I'm working on here. We're gonna do a quick swap, and I'm gonna put a quick neckline into this. Oliver and I did this move all day today, so we really got this timing figured out nicely.
So last week when we did the rocks, you were concerned that it was going to affect the kneeler. Like the
That's
pieces
right.
in the kneeler. Did anything happen?
Fortunately, no.
Now we know.
Everything turned out amazing. Oliver, I will probably have you blow into this one when we drop it.
Totally fine.
So here's the thing about these shows. We try something different every week, and then we're inspired to try new things.
Then
and
we
your guys'
expire.
comments are really what pushes us forward to try
Where are
some
you going?
different
Right,
things.
right there? Okay.
So we
Get
know
a peek.
Facebook likes the algorithm of 5 words or more. So if at all you feel so inspired and want to promote the show, send us a line with 5 words or more
Blow.
about the process you see happening.
A little more. Good.
That looks pretty cool. It's Mushroom Head. All right, who's from Metro Detroit and knows the band Mushroom Head? This is our friend's band in college.
Now I gotta do a little bit of tuck work, not duck work.
Are you
The
just
ducks
gonna
are
hold it
clean
up?
here. Yes, but I wanted to get that cut mark out of there because that's going to be the top visual prominent area. I want it nice and smooth, nice and soft. And now I'm going to give it a little bit of mojo here.
I haven't really had a chance to look at this guy since like the punny. That is by far the largest gnome nose we've ever
I
done.
was
Yeah.
gonna say, that's a hunker.
That's a
Certified
I think
hunker.
The only nose that we've done that's bigger is the one up on top of the vent
Yeah.
hood, up in the forest.
Yeah, as soon as you guys did it, I was like, wow, that's a nose.
That's what I said too.
That's a schnoz.
He likes to smell.
All the better the sniff of flower.
Yeah, there you go.
from 10 miles away.
I'm really trying to get this to come down a little more without altering the entire shape of the gnome.
If you're new to the show, we will post finished images. We do our best to get those on Facebook. Sometimes
We
they
do?
appear, yes. Sometimes they appear in our e-news.
I thought that was a member's perk.
The members perk is the Anila reveal
Ah,
when you walk through it.
I like it.
I do too. Might
That's
have
a
to do
guy.
a family of these.
He kind of looks like he's got a beret on.
yeah.
His mushroom beret.
Yep.
So what is the color of the mushroom cap itself?
That is red.
It is red.
That is like really nice, like very classic toadstool mushroom.
Exactly. That's what I want to hear.
I tried to talk Jake into doing a blue one, and he said
No
no.
way.
Oliver."
That's
Does look
hilarious.
like-
It is like a beret. Oh my goodness. All right, so the items that we do make on the show, we do sell them during the show. They stay up all week on the Gathering Point page on our website until the next week comes. And the next week we replace the items and add new ones in. We call these one and dones. They are one time we're making them. We might make something similar in the future, but for the most part, you're getting the very first inspirational piece. Now, some weeks we do drinkware, we do give back things, we do all kinds of different things. This is our creature show. And if you come by the gallery this weekend, you're going to see some special creatures and characters that we have made. Kind of feels
Get
like
it
you're being a
down there.
hairdresser right now.
I got it down there.
That's awesome.
That does look pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I don't know, you guys. What kind of suggestions do you have out there? We might have to do another one of these.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
It was cool to see how tall it started and how you eventually just brought him back down.
Yeah, that was a journey. That
I
we just
really
went
thought
through.
that you were going to leave it nice and tall, but I like it squatty.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was too. Maybe if that top portion was white, and like I was originally thinking, if it was an added white bit, like if we just had we could do one later maybe if we got time, but if it was a flat head and then we put on like a nice white smooth stem and
Yeah.
then drop the bubble on it. But then runs the risk, the situation of, again, like you said, the eyes, you know, if that eye area is exposed,
Put two
gnomes
little
don't have
just
eyes.
beady black dots.
Then he'd look like he's like from the Matrix or something.
He wouldn't look like he's... He turned into a cartoon character real quick.
All right, we're going to get him off of here safe and sound. We don't want any treachery down in the Grundle region. So I'm just going to tap it oh so light. Beautiful. Little torchy poo. And we're going to get him in the box. Once he's safe and sound, we'll get a price on him. We'll get him up on the website, and we'll let you guys know. Bess will let you know when that's up and live for purchase.
All right, they're getting it in the box. Oh, he just walked away. There's Bess. What do you guys think? Like Chris is like a movie star or something? Everyone's like, where's Chris? There he is. See him? There he is. He's working on some stuff. What is this? What is this? Giant hole in the floor. This is going to be our upcoming beverage counter area. It's towards the back area of the Glass Academy here, and this is what's happening. We got our permits pulled. Plumbers came today. These are all drainage things. Not super exciting.
Thank goodness.
So we'll head back to the glass blowing, but
Fungus Fred.
I already named it.
that's what's happening in our world. There we are.
All right.
All right, I'll do a little shop tour while these guys are gearing up for their next item. I didn't do the tables. I showed off the floor. Here are the marinis that we have stored for any project that we have going on. They are the snail eyes. They are, or the slug eyes. They are what you just saw us do on the snail back. And they're all different, one of a kind. And that was a cool way we decided to sort them. We got the garage on. Not sure what we're going to be doing with the garage, but it's on and ready if we need it. We use the pipe warmer. And then we've got one furnace here. New furnace we have not lit up yet. That's what they look like inside. And then we got one more furnace. So this one's the recycle one. And every once in a while we light up that big glory hole. These are our classes.
All right, we're going to get back to the action here.
All right, I'm
You guys
back.
got your shop tour. We're going to be making a first ever of its kind Prolla reed, garden reed, with a snail defying gravity and sliming up the side of it.
I like. So what comes first, the Prolla reed
Chicken
or
or the
snail?
egg? I think the snail will come first.
I think this nail's first.
Okay. Well, did it look like the picture? It looked like the picture. All right, Jake is over at the clear furnace. We have two furnaces. That's how we started the day.
Whoa.
Jake, that glass is gonna get cold.
Wow. It was hot.
There's that little piece we did from the recycle glass.
This is our bright green. We could use a new nice name for that. We do have a baby Yoda green already, and this is our bright electric power green, which I'm doing 2 coats
What
of.
color are its eyeballs going to be?
They don't have eyeballs. They only have tendrils.
Oh. We're making a slug or a snail?
Snail.
Snail.
So this is going to be a miniature snail, much smaller than that original one, the members only one at the beginning of the show, the warmer-upper. And we're going to get this gathered up and lined up and made real nice and amazing. And then we're going to pull out a Prolla reed with some Glass Academy exclusive tech.
So for those who are not in the know, a Prolla reed is a special garden accent that we have not invented, but it's our version of a reed that goes in your garden.
Will you throw a brick in the garage just to get that prepared? And those of you that have just started watching our show may wonder, what does he mean, throw a brick in the garage?
Yeah. Put it in the chat. What do you think we mean? Throw a brick in the garage. Literally? Maybe.
So we got our slippery slimer snail. And like Oliver mentioned on last week's show, while he was making that shot glass, in all cases it's not necessarily easier to make something miniature as opposed to regular size or jumbo. Oftentimes, though, it's more physical and it takes a bigger team effort getting multiple people together to make something large. the details, the minute details, and the actual put together of the piece is a little bit easier on larger products because you've got more heat and more time to work with it. When you're working on a really small scale, things really cool down quick. You touch them with the tweezers, and all of a sudden they're rock solid.
Was this the leather brown?
This is our bright green. I know it doesn't look like that. That's because it's still like 1,500 degrees.
You'll just have to trust us.
Yep.
Ooh, can I do that?
You're not yawning on camera, are you?
I am yawning. We had pizza for dinner, not good. Can't do it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, it's very good, but it puts me to sleep. The camera's gonna fall to the ground and you're gonna find me curled up in a corner. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's the next step?
The Pontiel.
So this weekend, how many people saw Blown Away?
Was there a new blown away?
No, the last season, the guy who was in number 2 spot came up to Michigan and did some demos.
Came back
So
to
we
Michigan.
went on Saturday and watched him do some demos, and I
Came
have
back
to
to
say,
Detroit.
while they were super fun, ours are a little more exciting. I'm teasing. It was cool. Ryan Thompson came to a
Crystal
studio
Clear?
in Royal Oak and did some demos.
Or
He now owns a studio in Ohio.
why don't we do cranberry? We'll do a cranberry slime, and I'm imagining that the way that we're going to put this on, we're going to start with our traditional slime application here, and then we're going to stick this snail in the garage and keep it at 1,000 degrees until the percola reed's done. We'll create the whole reed, then we're going to apply a really hot, goopy, long slime region of cranberry slime, and then we'll meld together the cranberry slime of the snail and the cranberry slime on the piece.
So, okay, slugs
Just on the
make
very tip.
slime. Do snails make slime?
Snails are serious slimers.
Snails slime it up.
Big slime.
Unless you're a hermit crab, if you wear a shell, you make slime.
Interesting.
Is that the case?
That's the case. People don't usually think that about turtles, but turtles make slime.
Hold that up in the
Oh,
air. I'll take
seriously?
it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's do it again, and we'll just do it at half the size.
Yeah. This time we'll just do it perfect.
Yeah.
It'll still
That-
look cool. They'll be like a double-decker snail.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much have the body on here, so why don't we just go for a
Well, you want to get the
little
bender back
tiny
on
one
it.
just for the front. I'll just put on a bit and pull it up for the eyes.
You don't want to get the backswing on it.
Now, see, I thought you intentionally did it smaller because it's going on the reed.
What?
I thought you intentionally did it smaller because it's going on the reed.
It is a lot smaller, but it has no eyes right now. You know, what happened there was that the bit was so hot that it was too much glass. I tried to rush it and pull it off, but the extra weight over here pulled it down this way. And I thought I might be able to cut it and then fold it back up, but then it was moving too fast, and really it's just some pink on the floor now.
Kind of sounds like when you're driving in snow and you lose control, but then all of a sudden you get control again.
Yeah, but we still did lose control. It's kind of like if you knocked your whole front bumper off and then you drove home and you put on a new bumper yourself over the weekend.
Sometimes you got to put a new bumper on.
Yeah. Oliver knows about working cars, so does Matt. I've been trying to learn as much as I can, and it almost seems like glassblowers may have a tendency to want to fix cars themselves.
I feel like it's more that class blowers have a tendency to have cars that break.
That could be the case too.
Let me be clear here for anyone listening. I don't enjoy the process of fixing my car. I just need to do it.
Yep. Same here. What year is your car, Oliver?
It's 2009.
Oh, wow.
Do you know, who knows in the chat? Put it in the chat. What year is Jake's car?
Yeah.
That's a 1999.
I just said put it in the chat.
That's his guess.
That's my guess.
Yeah, Oliver can't get to the chat.
Yeah, he can't.
I
Fine.
run into the lounge without my phone.
Well, that worked out great. And, you know, honestly, if we hadn't jumped ahead and figured out the gullet move that gives it that nice gullet region, then we might have done it this way in a previous life, because that does look pretty darn good.
Gullet. Is that what that area is called?
The gullet. So I'm going to torch these eyes, Oliver, hand it off to you, and I'm going to grab a pipe and get going on the reed.
Okay,
So
and I'm
what
just
color,
gonna.
What color is that body again? We've been had some questions.
Bright
'cause-
green and a cranberry pink slime.
Okay. He's. Some people are commenting that he's not the prettiest color right now, but that color
But he
comes out
will
later.
be.
You want to show them those eyes, those marinis?
Yeah. The shell is going to end up looking like this color here. Just very, very powerful green apple, green.
See, green apple. I like that. That's a color everyone knows.
I love like a Granny Smith apple. Yep.
Now, Jake, do you want me to babysit this here, or do you want?
I think just keep an eye on it. I think it's pretty good.
Do you know we have 3 apples growing outside? What? Super excited. We planted an apple tree last year. So we're going to have 3 apples.
Did our gnome make it up on the website, Bess?
Yes, actually, he did.
Beautiful.
Thank you for the reminder.
You got it. We're going to go with a bright red reed here. It's a pretty expensive color, so is the cranberry. But when you're making things on the show, kind of got to look past that to go for what's going to be electric and vibrant and go with the snail. I was also really thinking, being a smaller snail with a bigger reed, that having 2 bright colors on that one, contrasting powerful bright colors, it was pretty necessary that.
Can I go over to the reeds? Is this a good time? Are you taking another gather?
It's a good time. I'm just going to shape this and let it cool down.
Just to give you an idea of what
And
it's
put a little
gonna go
aventurine on it.
It's one of these. These are some garden accents. They look super cool on display here. Got a couple more in here. I don't know if he's going to do, this is a flat version,
That snail's looking good.
Slimy.
but you can put them in your plants. They look super cool.
No.
All right, we're going to Dunkin'.
Dunkin' Donuts, what?
Nope. Gonna dunk in the furnace.
Dunkin' Furnace Plow.
Going for a nice solid coat of clear over this to make it super glassy, and so that when the sun hits this slimy piece, the light reflects off it beautifully.
Fungus Fred is now sold.
Who sold?
The fungus,
Fungus Fred.
Fungus Fred.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, wait. Bess, is it Fred or friend?
Fred.
My fungus friend?
Fred.
That sounds like something
Fungus
that
Fred the shroom gnome.
you don't want.
I thought she said Fungus Red, but Fred is even better.
Fungus Fred has found his new home.
So I did, and congratulations to whomever that may be. But I did add about 50% of the coating of this red I put aventurine on top of. So so that it's got a super sparkly side to it. And I'm going to square it up too. I think that's, in my opinion, one of the coolest shapes of reeds that we have, because they're long and curling and natural and smooth, and having square edges is a really cool contrasting look, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of like the square ones. They're pretty neat how they pull out.
Yeah, I agree.
Are we all in agreement, Oliver?
I like the rectangular ones the most.
Well, those are one and the same, so I appreciate that.
Couple guesses for Jake's car. We've got 1999, 2014, 2015, 2014.
What?
Guesses on your car year.
It's older than me, folks. Take another guess.
Jake drives a silver BMW.
Yeah, really? I'd like to see that.
I don't want to spend too much time on this. I want to get it crispy, just kind of like a nice, deep fried piece of chicken, but I don't want to.
Maybe that's what's making me sleepy, is the deep fried chicken.
Maybe. But who makes a good deep fried piece of chicken out there? Put it in the chat, please. Anybody? Anybody get the oil going in the kitchen? You do, Bess?
Yeah, but it's like vegetarian, so
She's got the
but that would be
cauliflower
okay.
going.
I do sometimes.
That stuff's tasty. Oliver makes a mean deep fried octopus, he was
What?
telling me earlier.
Oh, dude, I will cook up some calamari.
I love a good calamari.
I was completely bringing that out of left field, but surprise, Oliver's a champion in the kitchen. Now that is how you kill White Walkers or dragons. Look at that talon. It looks like a dragon.
That's what I used to
Talent.
hunt the calamari.
Oh, he hunts his
Nice.
own calamari.
When our studio was in Southwest Detroit, I always fantasized if someone walked in, what we'd do. We'd take a piece of hot glass.
Yeah. I think
Stab 'em.
fantasize is the wrong word, Mom. I think it's more like prepared.
Self-defend.
Yeah.
Self-defend.
Yeah.
Our new car guesses are 1972, 1976, 1989.
You guys are going the wrong.
ahead.
Like you were
Way
so
back.
new that it was like a really nice car, and now you've gone so old that it's still a really nice car.
Yeah, right. I will say, last year it became a historically vintage car. And through the Google engine of searchage, you may be able to decipher what year it is from that. If you get the year and the color right, then you're a real champion.
John did say it's a Taurus from one of his grandparents. in the
Yeah, you guys are listening.
This is true.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's an incredible twist, a beautiful natural twist.
chat. It is.
I think up next, Oliver, we're going to give it to some slime.
Let's give it some slime. That's looking as good as your 1973 baby blue Thunderbird.
Yeah, can
wouldn't
you
that be nice?
imagine? Look at the light
do you
glistening
want
off
a?
that. Golf ball sized slime trail.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you need a third person?
Yeah. Dad, would you mind bringing over this snail out the garage? Oliver's gonna bring some slime real quick. Perfect.
Hey, could you guys do me a
Cran?
favor? If you're watching
Yes.
and you're able to throw something in the chat, can you write live in the chat? We're curious, like our numbers rise later, and so we want to hear live or repeat, like replay. So
I
you
think
put
one code's good.
live
Let's
in
do it
the
like it's like
chat.
thinning out.
If you have a minute,
Okay,
just pop
let's
that
go
in
for it.
there. Because that lets people know when they come watch the show as a repeat that they could watch it live.
I'm ready right now. Higher angle. A little higher, a little higher.
Oh, look at that, like a soft pillow. That's beautiful.
How cute.
The little torch you can't fix.
Nope.
Very
Looking
nice.
That is a Slimer.
Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you.
That's a pretty cool.
That was the perfect slime, make you say?
Yeah.
We might have to do another one of these.
It's pretty slimy. Certified Slimer. Look at it oozing over the side of the reed. So that's how it sits in one's garden. I told you it'd be defying gravity.
He's going up. It looks like a ride at Cedar Point.
It's like gooing down the side. It's dripping down the side.
Just like your 1973
Camaro.
DeLorean.
All right, well, we're going to get it off of there now that it's equalized in temperature. It's going to get lain into box number 3 at 980
Could you
degrees.
spell that, please?
Lain, or maybe Layne.
What's the word you're trying to spell?
To be lain.
To be lame.
You were right the first time.
That's Laine.
Yeah, Patrick Laine. He's a great player on the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh my goodness.
All right, that's enough of that.
Guess what sport that is?
Let's get this off of here. That's hockey, baby. Thank you, sir. This is our really cool tech behind the scenes. I'm going to do one of these and one of
Oh, I was
those.
supposed to, like,
and I'm
not
gonna do one of
feature
these.
that.
Ah, you'll never know what happened. Away she goes. Bright red, cranberry, and bright green, folks.
Just toss it in there. Went pretty smooth.
Pretty nice for the first one.
Yeah, so now,
And a perfectly clean pipe?
what? How does that work?
Don't know.
All right, should I walk through the table? How about we do our housekeeping now?
That sounds grand.
Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
give them a minute to regroup. And we'll go over the question for tonight.
So tonight's question is, how has the glass blowing community or events like the Gathering Point influenced your collecting?
Oh, I was wrong. I said it wrong earlier.
So I'll read that one more time for you. Because it is, how has the glass blowing community or events like the Gathering Point influenced your collecting journey? So you are going to send your answer for that to enews@glassacademy.com. I will have that on the screen in just a little bit. Make sure you are sending that answer in the email. If you put it in the chat, not super helpful, just because it doesn't get you entered. So we love to see your answers, but doesn't get you entered in. When you do send that email, if you guys can put your name in that email as well, just because it helps Donna out. You guys all have some really fun, funky email addresses, which is really great, but then we don't know who you are, right, Oliver?
Be nice to Donna.
Be nice to Donna.
I think that's going to become my new reoccurring like soapbox theme.
Be nice to
I've
Donna.
never heard of anyone being mean to Donna.
But be nice
to Donna.
We like Donna. So that is how our winner of today's item won this beautiful blue shot
Right in
glass.
front of you.
Which,
Ta-da!
So Oliver made this cutie last week, and this is going to go to a brand new loving home. So our question from last week was, what's the most creative way you've seen someone use glass as garden art? So we've had a lot of fun answers there. We had, of course, our pergola reeds or things that we've made here. We've seen some things hanging from trees. We've seen glass wind chimes. We've seen a fairy garden by putting it in front of a small plant so it grows straight up. So a lot of fun answers, garden splashes. They've seen a teacup with saucer in their garden.
Oh, I like that.
Very cute. Somebody said, I don't pay attention to other people's gardens, but I have all kinds of glass in my own garden between glass mushrooms, pergola reeds, splashes, and stepping stones. Very cool. Our winner said, there is no bad way. Chickens coming out of plants, reeds growing out of my patio pond. The light just makes the glass come alive. So,
Guess who won, you guys? It's an OG gangster.
congratulations to
What?
Sue Schmidt. So you have won, as Donna has named it, the gorgeous blue shot glass made by none other than Oliver. So you're going to get an email from Donna on how to claim that item. Any other housekeeping, Michelle?
No, so this weekend.
I don't think your mic is on. There you go.
This weekend in the gallery, we're having the Creature Show, so you can come check out the table live. We've got an upcoming on the 18th, the charity show with Ruth Ellis Foundation. We're going to be making the bubble trees. I believe that's next week. And customer appreciation, 13th and 14th of July.
A lot of fun things planned for that super exciting weekend.
Oh my gosh. Door prizes, all kinds of fun stuff. So a little bit about the Glass Academy, why they're getting set up. Tonight's player up. We took Chris off that, but we got Michelle and Bess. Then we did the warmer upper. We had no custom orders, artist choice. And next up is Das Ram.
So the second rendition of our long design sheep is we've designed and figured out how to put horns onto the sheep to make it a ram. These are on the product table for sale for the first time ever. If you guys haven't already seen, we've got 2 tables full of creature product over here to be sold here tonight. We made these all specific for the show with a little bit of something special about them. The slugs have dichro on them, sparkle glass, super metallic and crazy. We made a bunch of brand new bunnies with adventurine all over them, so they're metallic and shining.
Yeah, the sparkle is super cool.
The gnomes, I don't even know if it was mentioned, but the gnomes all have silver leaf on their hats. We pulled out the silver leaf for you guys, and we also made a bunch of rams. So, I mean, we got snakes as well. We have snails as well. And, of course, the bubble trees are there on display. Those will be for sale in a couple weeks. But seriously consider buying these as a one-and-done option here on the show tonight. We don't know when we're going to have another creature show or when they'll cycle back through the virtual gallery. But for now, we're going to get started with making a ram.
Look at how fun with the Detroit poster in the background. All right, rolling along.
What's going on in the comments, Jake?
The Rams are
I don't know, I'm
super
checking
cool.
it out. It's
I
looking
set
pretty
mine
good.
aside so you can't buy the one I wanted.
Everybody loves Donna.
Hee hee hee. They're adorable. Tough guys. Yes, it can be a little difficult to see them on camera, but I think you get the idea. If you zoom in on the picture, go to the website, glassacademy.com. You can zoom in on the picture and you'll see it up close. All right. This is going to get filled in too. We knocked out a wall. And so that's about 8 inches or so cut out from the floor. If you travel to Michigan, very soon we're going to have this area here be a beverage counter. Got the plumbing put in.
All right.
And we're ready to go.
It's ram time. We got to gather. Crystal clear.
We should be sponsored. Who works for, is it Dodge Ram?
We're
Yeah.
not trying to dodge any rams.
No dodging of rams.
Come on, we're in the Motor City capital. There should be like a affiliate link to get a discount on your truck. Watch
There
the Glass
should be.
Academy and get a discount on your Ram truck.
I will say, considering we're a top 10 most watched glass blowing videos on the internet, that we potentially should be sponsored by someone with some glass blowing
Don't you
supplies
think?
coming up here soon. I know a couple other glass shows that were on that list that have sponsors and do be sponsored, and if you guys think that maybe we should be sponsored, Maybe spread the word.
Who
Kugler
should we
colors.
be sponsored by? So that we have to talk about them while we're doing.
Kugler colors.
No. I don't want glass companies. I want like Coca-Cola.
I want glass companies to sponsor us.
I want Apple products to sponsor us. We use all Apple products.
That's a great idea too. But I do use a lot of glass color. And
have you reached
considering
out to them?
we're one of the top 10 shows, I'm just saying out loud
have
here.
Have you reached out to them?
Anyway, I'm going to make a sheep here, and
what?
I got 2 coats of white.
You gotta ask. You don't just throw it to the world. You gotta.
You're just throwing it to the ground. I'm just saying out loud that we need to have it happen. But anyway, there's our sheep fuzz. Large chunks of white. And actually, it's not a sheep, it's a ram.
Do you need some air for this ram?
What is the difference between a sheep and a ram?
I think
male
I don't.
And
You
female?
can go for the legs.
Okay.
This is going to be the neck of the ram. Took a minute to get this shaping figured out. It was a little awkward at first, but by pulling it out here, I'm squatting up the size of it a little bit. Then I'm going to flatten it here and then give it its sides. Whoa!
I'm having fun tonight.
I like that. It's sweet.
So, Mucus Marvin's Marvelous Garden Read is
That's
now available
awesome.
on the website for purchase.
So good. Gotta say that 5 times fast. You guys
All
are.
right. I think we were live on Instagram from time to time, for sure.
We do.
It's not as popular of a
Yeah,
thing, and I'm not sure the videos get saved either.
they don't. No. So when people watch that, it's typically our viewers, our normal viewers. Yeah, typically Instagram lives during the show, we don't really get as much viewership.
Just couldn't remember.
Just getting the shape perfect for you, Jake.
All right.
This is gonna be the one.
It's the perfect shape. What are we adding next?
About time to retape our tools here. Our green's looking a little bit faded. These are the 4
Stumpers.
legs, stumpers, yeah.
So why do you go 1 at a time? Why do you not take 2?
Because it's a difficult connection here on top of all that furry texture. And so it's
And
nice
so
to
the
have
second one wouldn't stick.
Yeah, it would stick, but it wouldn't be as nice of a connection. And even the first one sometimes doesn't look that nice compared to the second one. It just depends on how the bit's shaped up and how it goes on and what temperature we're at and a bunch of different things. But the black is looking really prominent and dark. It's a beautiful color, really soft color, which makes this a little bit easier to put on because we're reheating each bit like you just mentioned. They're coming in hot.
I can't imagine what it's like to teach them. Because they were like VHS cameras when I was in school. And there'd only be like 1 person allowed.
Oh. All right, we're going for leg number 4. Really difficult making these all the same, but it sure does help when Oliver's got the perfect size bit. So those just came off really nice. Now I'm going to focus on squishing them while Oliver brings over a tail. Actually, I should take a flash first. It's really also an interesting deal trying to squish equally 4 legs that were all put on, and those extra 5-10 seconds consecutively that add up look at just the color. That one's bright orange, that's red, and those two aren't glowing at all. So it's like, I really need to, if I'm going to torch them, focus more time here.
Hey, Jake.
And even then, yeah.
Are those legs so tight together that you need that punty on a mini?
No, we got plenty of room. Even then, when I go to torch these, I gotta torch them a little bit lower because having an ice cold situation to squish into, it's a much harder backdrop when you're pushing on those legs. So the bottom base is gonna squish out a little bit differently than the back two legs where there's a lot less back pressure because they're fresher put on and they're flatter. I mean,
Why do you squash
softer.
on the table versus a wood paddle at the bench?
Because I just know it's flatter and I have more control, more power, and the paddle's not as wide as the table. It's just a little less.
They're all valid questions. I'm just kind of saying what the options are.
A little less precision that I have to worry about. So now he's nice and stumpy, prominent, low to the ground, real strong. And Oliver's coming in with a nice fluffy tail. Put this on with a little sideways cut. I like them lifting that way and up to the side like they're kind of just handling business.
We've made sheep on the show, right?
We have. We made a large
but
one.
It's been a hot minute.
And we made one a little bit ago, and then now we're making a ram. And as the rams have gotten done, the horns have progressively gotten more prominent and crazy. So I think for this one, we're going to shoot for
How many
something pretty
rotations
rowdy.
do you think you can get on a ram horn?
25, 60?
So is
Somewhere
this like
around
a
30
Swiss
max.
Alp ram, like the super curly one?
Yeah. We were joking with 25 and 60. You could probably get 2 or 3 really good curls. But the tricky part is you can't have it just coming off the side of the head like a big spring. It needs to have stability. It needs to be touched to the side of the head and the body. So
Ah, my belly.
that was a pretty interesting figuring out of those.
The punny, yeah.
Yeah. That was Oliver's idea. We were really struggling with flipping them around and doing the tail after we knocking it
Yeah.
off, bringing it over, cutting a hot one on, putting it away. And he was like, dude, what if we flipped the axis? Meaning, what if we turned it from 90 to 180 or 180
So
into
do you
240?
think when we do
I'm
like
gonna-
flipped access pieces during the show that our brains subconsciously hold on to that energy?
And our axis is flipped?
No, like that gives us like a different perspective. So instead of traditionally doing this, you think out of the box.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, what do you guys want to see on upcoming shows with that in mind?
Yeah. Give us some theme ideas. Oliver and I were talking today during production, which is when we were making chalices today for the Ren Fair. And we were talking about how he heard about a study where some people were...
Oh, this
Break
was,
it down for him, Oliver.
This was spurred from the conversation that you brought up, Michelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really remember how my brain jumped there, but there was a study. I remember reading about this in like psychology class, and a bunch of scientists gave people like a pair of glasses that would make like everything you see flipped upside down. And if you wore those glasses like day in and day out, 24/7, you woke up in them, went to sleep in them type deal, your brain would eventually just kind of like figure it out
Yeah.
and rewrite the image the correct way for you.
And I said, well, you still going?
No, go ahead. No, I can be done right there. That's
No.
a good way to put me not in a 15-minute rant, as I tend to do. Jake, please take over. I won't stop talking.
I said that sounds really cool and it sounds amazing, but who's to say that they're not still living their lives upside down thinking that they're living right side up? And then I asked the question, which I never really got a response from you, Oliver, except for that I think you agree with me maybe, but if I say I love the color purple,
Oh,
who's
We're
to
talking-
say that what my purple is to me is actually what
Orange
your
to
favorite
me.
color yellow is?
Yeah.
And actually, all human beings have the same favorite color?
Could be.
Who's to say?
Who is to say?
Not me.
Who is
These
to
are
say?
the deep questions that plague the Glass Academy during the daytime hours.
Yeah. What do you think, Bess?
I did have an answer for you on that, Jay.
You did?
And I didn't say it though, because I remember I went for the joke instead. I went for the joke than the answer in my head.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Well, now you can bring the answer out. What do we think about lavender? Oh no, we're gonna do the churine.
Yeah.
Churine. Churine horn, which is adventurine, which means it's going to be that brown natural glitter horn
Glitter.
color.
All right, the whole
Would
thing
love to
that
know what you guys think in the chat.
instigated that conversation. Have you guys seen the?
Oh, Jake, I don't remember what these bits look like. What do these bits look like?
They
dude?
look like a little bigger, like they look like that. Just 2 good rolls in the color and bring it over.
Okay.
Maybe make it a cylinder and then bring it over.
The thing that instigated this conversation was someone put a GoPro on a cat, and
That's
the cat
right.
was running and chasing something.
That's what it was.
And that was the conversation starter. And we were talking about how difficult it was to imagine life as a cat, and Oliver was talking about lots of other things he knows.
That'll be just perfect.
For the people who don't know this about me, when I was in school, like my favorite subjects was like physics, math, and then psychology, sociology, and philosophy.
Ooh, you guys must have some good conversations when you're blowing.
I love
we do.
knowing how the brain works.
It's going to be a big boy.
I think doing the percola reeds has also helped. Doing handles has helped. Because you learn how to work the glass delicately, slowly, and perfectly at the right temperature. That was nice.
That thing would mess up another ram. Or a human, or whoever it's going for.
Maybe even a certain well-known truck.
Yeah, come on. Who works for Dodge Ram?
Holy son of a gun, that's
Who
sweet.
owns a dealership? Ram with every purchase.
Ram.
If you buy this truck, you have to adopt a Ram.
Who loves car commercials out there?
Do you ever travel and you notice how many Michigan has versus every other place?
Car commercials?
Yes, there's so many more in Michigan.
I feel
Peculiar.
car commercials are no different than like any pharmaceutical commercial.
Isn't that the truth?
Okay. Similar design, but
Yeah.
Oliver, I've been talking about since last week when I spewed about pharmaceuticals. We've been chatting. Bam! Oh, and they're similar. Quite similar.
You
Very
know,
nice.
in nature, are they similar?
Similar, not the same.
Yeah, quite
Whoa,
similar.
Good answer. Similar, not the same.
Look at that.
Maybe the ram horn on the left hit a tree that the one
Yeah.
on the right did not.
And it's growing around like one of those fish that latch on and eat the
That's gonna
algae
be-
off the back of whales.
The lampreys.
It jumped out of the ocean and jumped onto the, what's it called?
Chat, anyone watching, it's called the lamprey, right? That's the fish that's like the,
Tech support help.
yeah, tech support help. It's lampreys, the fish that like latches onto the whales and sharks and like is like a parasite and like leeches on them.
All right, the whole
Lamprey.
time you guys are thinking of that, I was thinking, ever see the cow where the horn goes in its skull and kills it?
No,
Oh,
that's
I
tough.
have seen the images where like people go and they like cut the
We're gonna
horns
knock
and
it
like
off.
trim them back before.
Right,
That
before that
happens.
happens. That'd be such a bummer. What happened to your cow? Well,
Watch how tenderly
What are
this
you
comes
calling it,
off.
Oliver?
Beautiful plenty.
Lamprey, Lampry.
Hot glass in the finger. It just comes off so easy, and that tender tap shows you how gentle it was when I was holding on to it on the bench.
This is how we sign our pieces. They're not doing surgery here. There's nothing they're hiding or covering up. This is how we brand our pieces with our logo.
This is how we brand our rams.
That is one of the parasitic fish, yes.
Parasitic
Wow.
fish. Have you ever thought about getting a tattoo?
Knowledgeable guy.
Like the GA?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Yeah.
Look at that
We
little
thought
guy.
about branding ourselves with it.
Oh,
Incredible.
Get
do it
this
on a
guy
day
put
I'm
away.
not here.
Mucus Marvin has found his new home.
What happened?
Mucus Marvin has found his new home.
Mucus?
Mucus Marvin.
Congratulations. Mr. Slimer's on his way to a garden near you. Or chances are it's probably not near you. We got a global audience. I probably would have heard if it was international shipping, so it might be in the US of A, but not 100% sure.
Wait, we have time. This is the giveaway piece. I believe it's going to be a slug.
Okay.
Let's go. We got slug coming.
All right.
I'll just give you a shot of these.
Do we
in
want
the
to
sunlight.
collab on this one, Oliver?
We could collab.
Do you want to pick out the colors, load it up? I'll get the eyes loaded up here. We'll puff it out, slime it onto the table, get it home safe and sound. While Oliver's thinking about the colors of this patented slug of the Glass Academy, I'll just show off one more thing
Am I
about
supposed
these
to follow
slugs.
you?
No, I could bring it over. They're just so incredible and plump and delicious. Well, you don't want to eat them, but
I know what color.
the tail, we've been really trying to get the tail flat on the ground, looking really good. You want to have this bulbous, full of life shape. The eyes need to be pointed in the right direction. These are one of the products at the Glass Academy that we have a spec sheet for. We sell them online. I've now started teaching Oliver, is doing a great job with them. Also Matt as well. Brendan will eventually make his way into that. But these are a product that with the calipers, with the correct colors that we have, they can go and do a full production day of these products on their own, which is a beautiful thing. They're turning out really good. However, these ones on the table are all one and done with the dichroic glass. And just like the snail we made at the beginning of the show that had a little bit different of a process putting that color on there, these are not as easy to keep in spec and keep the way that they're supposed to be for the website. So these ones are all one and done. This is why I'm saying this is your opportunity to purchase these rather than going to the website and you're looking to buy a gift a month or two from now. You'll have a limited supply there on the website, a great supply, but not like this.
Do you want to tell them the story?
The story of the new leaf.
No. What happened to the new leaf?
at
Why
that.
is he hanging down? Oh, the new leaf right there. Nice.
Wow.
No, I was going to say the story of
Of the
how the
slug?
slugs came about.
You want to tell them, and I'll make sure Oliver and I are on the same page?
Okay.
The slimy snail slug story.
All right. While they're on the setup page, let me tell you a story. Back in 2020, there we were, ready to have our spring show, and the governor of the state of Michigan said, lock the doors, everybody, we're in lockdown. And so Jake, Chris, myself, Lucy, our daughter, we all came to the studio. We'd eat our dinner here, and we'd blow some glass. We'd try some new product. Jake was working for a glass shop in Pittsburgh, so he would talk to us about the items he was making. And one day while we were eating dinner, we recognized we were all still in our pajamas. Not really pajamas, but like sweatpants. We weren't really dressed up. We're kind of like, man, we feel like slugs. No one's been around. We haven't got dressed.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we're
put on some
kinda-
pounds.
We did not. A lot of people did. Anyways, so it kind of felt like slugs. Then we started playing around with the slugs, and before you knew it, the slugs were born.
Yeah,
So
that
they're
was a
pretty
good time.
symbolic. We've had peppermint slugs. We do special editions at holiday times. Now we've got the sparkle slugs. It's been a slug fest.
Super cool, really cool time. And I encourage you guys, and those of you that are new to the show, whatever number you started watching our shows on, whether you're on the FB or the YT, like and subscribe to our channels, you guys, and spread the word. Word of mouth's the best marketing we have. We really try and do our best here on top of running a business, adding a bar into the studio, hosting shows, a beverage counter, teaching classes. Our average age at this studio, I believe, has got to be like 27. We're a really young, amazing crew, and there's many other people as well.
Workers.
Yeah.
I was thinking we track the classes to figure out our age demographic.
30 to 39.
Yeah, but it's kind of all over the place.
It is pretty over the place, but that was the top one.
Yeah.
Oliver's doing a great job running numbers and stats and putting together a lot of information on our hands-on classes here at the studio. But just to seal all that up, you guys, we love streaming, and it's my clipboard. I got Beth's clipboard.
When Beth hands you the clipboard, that means there's an action step.
All I wanted to say was just like the channel right now and throw an emoji into it, write 5 words. It costs you guys nothing, but spread it around, tell your friends, and if you think this is cool and you learned something, just give us some love.
And we'll give you some love by great content, stories, entertainment, giggles, chance to communicate.
And so to kind of walk through a little bit of what Oliver's doing here, he's doing an incredible job. He's layering up 3 different layers of color. You didn't quite see the color go onto the piece there, but what we have over here is pieces of frit. Well, that's because you're back in the office over here. In the filming office
I'm
on her
keeping
stool.
the camera cool and zooming
That's
in.
what they
That's
all
the part
say.
Jake doesn't see. That we like zoom in so the camera doesn't overheat.
But anywho, he put on a bunch of layers of color. It's looking really good. He's really working the heat. The first thing I noticed when he came out of the furnace was he dragged some of the glass off the pipe to use the correct exact amount that he wanted. And I'm a huge proponent of that, being taught by both my parents here in the glass shop, that it not only saves you glass, waste glass, that's going into the recycle bin and staying on the pipe, but it also is a really great leveling gauge for how much glass you have. When you hand gather any piece of glass out of the furnace, this is for all you amateur glass blowers or experienced ones out there, when you're doing a production line or you're doing a set of 4 or something, gathering the same amount, starting with the same amount of glass, is number one most important thing. You'd have to do the process completely different if you've got 20% more or less glass. So by coming over here knowing what?
You're just talking up a storm.
I'm trying to fill the space.
Yes,
Oliver's focusing. You were in the office, and I'm trying to give him a little tutorial
I
here.
was not in the office. When I was thinking production, in Metro Detroit, we had the production line.
Nice, Oliver.
So it makes sense to us to say production because that's how you create.
Coming out of the bench here.
I just wanted to let you guys know that Midas McHorn, the golden ram, is
Midas
now
McHorn.
Midas McThorn. One more time. McHorn.
I love that, Midas.
That's
I'm
awesome.
having fun tonight. He is now available. I did put the link in the chat, but he's available on the website.
The Bighorn Champion. That sounds great. Everyone knows how to find
him.
him.
Ram.
Glass
Midas
Academy.
Ram McHorn.
And he was immediately snagged, so he's going home with Mucus Marvin.
That was really freaking fast. A little more juice, brother.
All right, this is a giveaway, so this one will not go up for sale, but you do have time to put your answer in the chat. Well, nope, not the chat. You have to email us, enews@glassacademy.com.
And I do have that on the screen right now.
Awesome. And the question is, can you say it again since I said it wrong the first time?
So how has the glass blowing community or
What do you
events
need?
like the Gathering Point influenced your collecting journey?
And it could be collecting anything. It doesn't have to be our glass. Maybe you collect swizzle sticks.
Good.
Or you collect plants.
That looks really good.
Well, gee, thanks.
It looks really good. I would even maybe take one more heat and tuck that down another 30% or so. It's only
He's
going
a
to save
nice,
us time.
Fluffy, chunky boy.
He's got a little chub, a little like wintertime chub.
I'm learning that, like, let me get my microphone actually working here. I'm learning that with the slugs in particular, everyone has like a little bit of their own style within like the product spec. And I'm a chunky slug guy.
And that's an intentional opinion of Oliver's. I will say, in putting out spec sheets and with the various people I've worked with over the last 5 years, sometimes there's a certain style that any individual has chose because that's the way that they make the product. I will say that Oliver's saying that he's making the product to spec, and on the spec sheet it explains the variance in chubbiness to thinness and the way you have an option to choose and should have some variance between slug so that they each have their own character. And he's saying that he is very much so on the side of the puffier slug, and I do know that he likes a wide-eyed slug.
I feel very, very strongly about the wide-eye slug. There's not too much out here on the Glass Academy team where Jake and I don't see eye to eye, except for on the width of slug eyes.
Yeah, and I literally see eye to eye on that particular topic. I like a tight-eyed slug situation.
You like cyclopses is what you like. You like one-eyed slugs.
It may be true.
She's doing it right now. Yeah, I saw it.
Boy, it got quiet there for a second. I had to go, what's going on?
There is one slug mug left. It is number 22, the beautiful purple striped one. So I did put that link in the chat as well
Super
in
nice.
case anybody
Super
was
tight.
interested, but only one left.
You want to break these colors down for the people?
Break these colors down.
Yeah.
for
We
the
haven't talked
people.
about what the color pattern of this guy is. So let me, you're going to be coming over here in a little bit. Let me
What am I doing? What am I doing?
I'm
step
going to the
into my
Marver.
office.
Right now, I'm giving
Oh.
him the
Everybody.
squish.
All right, so what's going on with this slug? We don't typically do transparent colored slugs because like having them be opaque just helps them look more like an actual creature.
And what does
Then if they're
opaque mean?
transparent, they look more like balloons.
Ah.
So I wanted to use the transparent cranberry, but we have to make it opaque somehow. So I put one layer of just like perfect teeth white, essentially. It's just like really, really snow white underneath it, and that is an opaque color. And then the cranberry goes on top of it. So that way we get like all the pink out of that, but you can't see through it. You just see through to the white.
I think shark tooth white is a good name for white.
Chartreuse white.
No,
Shark
shark
tooth.
tooth.
Shark tooth white. I was about to
'Cause
say,
you
I
said-
don't
Bring the
think
shark
that's-
tooth.
Shark tooth.
Sounds pretty good.
Do that. And then on top of the cranberry pink, we went for an iridescent golden brown that you can barely see right now in the piece, but once we reduce it,
I know
it'll come
this
out really well.
shape makes a lot more sense to those of you who have the slugs. When you're coming full on camera front end with the two eyes facing us, it's a little difficult to understand it. So, you know what? You just got to come to the Glass Academy. You just got to
we did
make
show
a
the final
trip.
pieces. We did show them over there.
I know. I think they just
And the
need to
people
make a
know.
trip here.
They know to go to glassacademy.com and make a virtual trip to our gallery.
They wobble a little bit when you put them on the counter sometimes. So they got a little life action in them.
Most of the time, that's actually part of the spec as well. We try and intentionally, see, I already have it flat, but now I'm going to put the GA stamp and squish that piece into there and not flatten it again after that, so that we do hope that it wobbles a little bit and gives it some life.
Robin says, hello, my peeps. Just got
Oh.
back from the local tavern up north. Hope you all have a great summer.
All right,
Robin,
Robin.
we miss you. It was so strange not
Little
having
bling.
you here today.
Little blingification.
Robin, our shipping queen, is up in the upper area of Michigan, a beautiful place to be. I'm going to go give it a quick iridization here on those big gold dots.
But I do have to say, have no fear, Robin. Ellery was able to handle the task at hand.
I'm going to say Robin's the shipping queen, Ellery's the shipping princess.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Now watch this move, folks. This is one that took quite a while to figure out as well, as did everything on our products. Get it pretty much so hot that it's going to flop off and fall. And there it goes.
We give away all our secrets here at the Blast Academy.
And now if you get a nice close-up on it, you can see those spots a little bit better that we just reduction right out to the front.
Oh, and look at the little tender touch
That
for
guy's
his
kind of adorable.
bottom.
That's a cutie right there.
Oh,
Get
this
that
is
guy
going to be a
put away.
nice giveaway.
That's a heck of a giveaway. Look at that little Slimer. Get along, little buddy.
And off he goes. I don't know. I might have to enter this contest.
We got a beautiful box of product over there. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we got ornaments, chalices, the products from tonight's show. We're really thinking ahead, obviously, to Ren Fair, August and September, and even into the wintertime at this point. This is our time, the next couple months, to really put in some work, plan out for the rest of the year, and
We're feeling
continue to
prepared.
do live shows, and we're feeling really prepared.
Yeah. I'm excited for what fall and winter are going to bring this year because it's feeling really good.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
So shouts out to our members. Should we pass
Yeah.
over the table and finish it up one more time? You guys
We
sign up
could.
for the giveaway.
Or we could just go to the giveaway so they see all the members.
Yeah.
You want me to do a walkthrough?
Well, I don't know. Whatever's best. We'll be doing the bubble tree soon, and Bess, like I think Michelle was just saying, is going to be putting up all of our incredible members' names on the screen, the people that support our show and support what we do in the streaming, the education, and you guys are the bomb diggity, and so is everybody else supporting us financially or non-financially, helping themselves to our artwork and all that major goodness. We love you, and thank you very much.
All right, Bess, all you.